Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I release a Legacy video every Friday. Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video, and I am playing another round of OMNITELL here. I took some inspiration from my friend Marcus Ewald, also known as I Would Like to Respond on MTGO, and Marcus played a very similar list to this in the Showcase Challenge, probably a few weeks back at the time of you watching this. And I wanted to give this a spin. I have been playing like blue black, and I know other people have been wanting to try out blue green, some blue white, but Marcus went with mono blue. Marcus also decided to play um, both all four copies of Stock Up as well as the One Ring. So that's really interesting and I think pretty sweet. There are no Atraxas in this list, and as such, we can play Eladamari's Call over Shared Summons, which has the marginal advantage of being able to fly under a Gadok Teak, which is not really a card that's seeing a lot of play. So, but yeah, this gives us more basic islands. It gives us like Spell Pierce over the Thoughtseizes. I mean, I think Thoughtseize is probably a better card all around, but I think Spell Pierce has a lot of targets currently, especially like with Reanimator. Um, and yeah, I think that's probably it. For the sideboard, a couple of Dress Down, a couple of Defense Grids, and 3 Grafdigger's Cages as the non Cunning Wish targets. Oh yeah, also, Marcus didn't play Impulse and release the Ants, but I wanted the ability to win at instant speed. So, and that's probably maybe a sort of a life jacket that I'm too hooked on wearing. Maybe that it's like I think in a lot of matches it's not going to matter, but yeah, sometimes it's nice to be able to win with that like with Force of Vigor on the stack targeting your Omniscience, or with I don't know, like a Leyline Binding trigger on the stack. All right, but I'm just going to go ahead and jump into a league. All right, on the draw here with, I'm actually going to go ahead and keep this hand because it's 1 blue mana away from putting both like Show and Tell and Stock Up on the stack on like multiple turns. Opponent mulligan to 6. It is a little bit risky, like no colored mana source is not ideal. Underground Sea and black mana, so it's a Thoughtseize. Okay, so we're going to lose our Show and Tell here, I would assume. The hand suddenly a little less exciting. Yep, there goes Show and Tell. So we're up against either, I would assume, Dimir, Dimir Delver, Dimir Reanimator, Dimir Tempo, maybe Doomsday. We draw a 3rd Brainstorm, not ideal. Okay, opponent's tapping blue mana, casting Ponder. The Ponder did not shuffle. And there's a Delta and a pass. Come on, blue mana. Well, that's kind of blue mana. I think I'm gonna cast Brainstorm actually, because that doesn't get dazed, but it does completely wreck me here if I get Brainstorm locked. I'm just screwed. Okay, that didn't happen. We drew some good ones here. I'll get rid of 1 Brainstorm and possibly the 2nd Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I think so. And now I'm passing with Force of Will and Spell Pierce up in case my opponent is on a naughty plan. Okay, no Entomb in the end step. Okay, opponent is fetching. Another Ponder. This late in the game, I mean their turn 3, and no creature has been presented, makes me think we're not playing against a tempo deck. So I'd be a little bit surprised to see another Goyf now. There's a Wasteland, okay. And a Tameo, right on. How worried am I about Tameo? I think they can have Tameo, and they're probably going to wasteland the Ancient Tomb, but then I have another one, which, you know, to be fair, they know I do. Now the question is, do I cast my stock up here? I think I do. Unfortunately, it eats a daze here, but I think still I like to make this play. I'll force this. Really want to get this stock up to resolve. So their hand is a land and 2 unknowns. If they have a second daze, that's pretty crushing. My force on their daze worked, and what's the take here? Like, it's for sure another stock up. The question is, do I take 2 stock ups, or do I kind of hedge against them having another wasteland and take Scalding Tarn? I think I take the Scalding Tarn, and then I pass. So they have an Underground Sea in their hand, and then 2 other cards that probably aren't Force of Will. And now they flip their Tameo, yeah. So next turn they're going to be able to like rebuy their Thoughtseize. But I mean, if I can just get to resolve 2 stock ups here, like the one I just did, and then this one, then a single Thoughtseize is not probably that troublesome. The One Ring. Okay. I still think I cast stock up here, rather than play into a daze. And they force it. Okay, pitching Kaito. I just pass here. Fairly sure they're going to rebuy something with their Tameo, and then it's the question if it's going to be Force of Will or Thoughtseize. Oh, they like what they found, so they kept a card on top. And it is Thoughtseize. Okay. I am worried about Orcish Bowmasters here for sure, but I still think Brainstorm is the play. Please don't let your last card be an Orcish Bowmasters. Oh, okay. So I think I put away Omniscience and Ring. And then they can Thoughtseize my Impulse. And there's another Gorf. Okay. My life total is going to be a problem here. But they are also out of gas. I think I actually... No, I was going to say, like, I've sacrificed both petals to save the 2 life. But then if they have a wasteland, then I'm like under a lot of pressure to come up with more mana. So, okay. Okay, so here's the ring. I'm just going to draw right now so as to at least get just a tiny smidge of equity in case they draw Bowmasters. Alright, they plus Tameo. They eat a clue. That makes sense. So I'm about to drop to 10, then I'll draw 2, then they'll beat me down to 7. Unless this grows, I'll be at 7, then I'll take 2 more and I'll be at 5. So we could still win this, but we do need Ring to deliver here, and we need them to not have found like another counterspell. Oh, there's a wasteland. Glad I didn't blow my 2 petals. Okay. How about a good one here? Oh, that is a good one. Alright, and they have 1 card in hand, so if Ring draws me... Oh, would you look at that. So, what beats me here? Spell Pierce beats me? Or a Flusterstorm, but I think they're not going to have those 2 cards. Okay, here comes Omniscience. And here comes Stock Up. Wow, that wasn't great. Ponder and I guess a Flooded Strand to fetch. We have 2 Ponders that need to hit pay dirt here. Ooh, that's not good. Shuffle. Brainstorm, okay. I think I cast Brainstorm seeing as I have a Shuffler. Another Ring. Okay. Gonna shuffle. I mean, this is kind of like not delivering here. Oh, there we go. Cunning Wish. Thank you. That was a lot of look at cards. Cunning Wish, go get Eladamri's Call. Yeah, I like this card. I like the old gold cards. I'm going to cast it and get an Emrakul. And then I'm going to tear the Aeons. And they concede. Sweet. All right, that was pretty nice performance there by Stock Up. So I don't have a lot to bring in here. I think a couple of defense grid is reasonable, but they are like it is like defense grid is a little bit annoying when then they just Thoughtseize you and you can't like brainstorm away your thing. But I still think we bring in 2 defense grid. I think we cut a Cunning Wish and an Impulse. I don't know. Like against these types of decks, show and tell usually just needs to resolve and then the game ends. It's not. It can be an Emrakul that just comes into play. They typically do not have good ways of getting rid of a big creature once it's resolved. Yeah, I'll keep this. Double Sink into Stupor. Oh, that Ancient Tomb is not bad. So I'm just gonna ponder here. Force of Will, Spell Pierce. So I think I'm gonna actually draw the Spell Pierce here. If they Thoughtseize me, I don't think I'm supposed to be concerned about anything that I need to Force of Will on their second turn. I could be wrong, but like I don't think so at least. Oh, Consign Memory put into the graveyard probably means they have one in hand. Yeah, here comes Thoughtseize. Probably they take my ring, would be my guess. Maybe I am supposed to just draw the Force because Spell Pierce is better when it's unknown. I guess every counterspell is better that way, but I think it's in particular like conditional permission is better when the opponent doesn't know it's there rather than hard permission. Yeah, I think that was a wrong decision on my part. They take my Omniscience, okay. They maybe have Surgical for it? I don't know. Okay, so they leave me with the ring because they have it covered with the consigned memory in their hand. But it does mean that they probably need to always leave 2 mana open. Another Force of Will. So I think I'm just gonna play this and not pay life. And if they want to wasteland me, I think them losing a land is not unimportant here. There's a Brainstorm, okay. I think I will Force of Will this Thoughtseize. Double Wasteland, huh? So if I draw another blue card, no. Yeah. Okay, now if I draw another blue card next turn and they leave open 2 mana, I can actually force and pierce the consign. That is a blue card, but they have 3 mana open. Okay, I think I will play a Ponder here. Okay, so that's pretty sweet. Another ring. Okay, so I'll draw the Lorien and put the ring on top. And yeah, no, I will play out the ring here and we'll flush out that consign. Oh, do they have a Daze they want to use instead? I hope not. That would be a bit of a blowout. Oh, they're having a hard time working out Replicate. I think so, at least. Okay, so they're fetching. Maybe they want to replicate 3 times or 2 times. They did have the days. Oh, fuck, man, that is gross. Yeah, that was just poor play on my part. Wasn't really sort of in the headspace of thinking I needed to play around that, but obviously that happened. I wonder if it's time for my Ancient Tomb to die here. Tamiyo. Tamiyo, huh? Okay, you can have Tamiyo. And now I think I'm actually going to cast Lorien Revealed and hope they don't have second days, because I think the consign is still in their hand. Bowmasters here makes for a pretty interesting situation, but they have Force. I would like to see them pitch Consign here. They pitch Ponder. Okay, I'll Force back. I mean, I've built up this narrative of them having Consign to memory. They could just not have it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to pass here, and I'm going to fetch Mystic Sanctuary and put back a Force of Will, I think. Alright, so they eat their clue. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I think it's pretty obvious they have the consign, right? So they are gonna eat my my first ring here, but I still think it's okay to get Force of Will and put it on top. Oh, they're tapping mana. Do they have a way to exile the Force? That's interesting. Maybe they have Bowmasters. No, 2 blue mana. What's this? Oh, it's a trigger. The consign. They're consigning the trigger. Oh yeah. All right. I am all about that. Okay. All right. Let's I'm actually gonna brainstorm first. Emrakul. Oh. Let's get rid of the Ancient Tomb and the Emrakul, I think. And okay, so that was the last fetchable land. It's good to bear in mind. Is your last card Force of Will plus blue card? It's a daze. Okay, so they wanna make me pay 2 life. I think that's probably reasonable. I don't think that daze is gonna be doing a whole lot else. Alright. I'll draw. There's a petal. And I will pass. So their hand is an Underground Sea and 2 unknowns. Yeah. Oh, it's interesting that they countered that trigger, right? On the Mystic Sanctuary. I'm just trying to work out. Okay. Oh wait, was that the one they dazed back? Let me just. Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't Underground Sea. It was Undercity Sewers. I'm not sure what I think about this artwork for Wasteland. That's pretty cool. They scry to the top. Or surveilled. Now we Wasteland Mystic Sanctuary, okay. And they're ready to draw the card that's on top with their clue. So it's probably a counterspell of some sort. We draw Omniscience. Let's draw 2 cards. Oh, they have Bowmasters. Gross. Okay. Yeah. We can at least postpone things by putting in the second ring. Okay. They have 1 card now, so I'm actually just gonna cast Show and Tell. And and then I'm gonna play the second ring off of the Omniscience. There's a Murktide. I'm gonna play a second ring. This gets the trigger because it is cast from my hand. I'm gonna keep the new ring. And I'm going to draw immediately to see if I can just cheese a win here. Ponder, okay. It's basically free for me to draw all the cards I want this turn, because they can't attack me next turn. So I'm just gonna like, push on here. I think I have to shuffle these. Like, the Brainstorm sees 1 more card, but then I have to shuffle, so I'd rather just see the random card here. Spell Pierce, that's not too exciting. Okay, so we have 1 draw step here, and unlike this current turn, we can't really just take like a lot of draws. I guess, yeah, I don't know. I guess we can draw. We're gonna go to 3 here off the ring, and then we can activate it to draw 2, which takes us to 1 life. Might as well start with this defense grid. Another Bowmasters. No. Okay, I think I have to draw 2 here and hope for. Yep. That doesn't win us the game, unfortunately, because we have to ponder. And I mean, I can force the second Bowmasters, but I'll be at 1, and then I. Hang on. Did I? Is there a way if I find my 1 Cunning Wish off of that ponder? So that Cunning Wish would have to go and get, like, Sublime Epiphany. Sublime Epiphany would then counter the trigger and return the non-land, the Bowmasters in play to the hand, then draw a card. Then I don't know if all that happens, if it's drawing a card while the Bowmasters is in play. But I mean, it's worth it, right? So I'm going to try. It will be fun. But I think, barring that, I think I lose this game. So I have to Force of Will this Bowmasters. And now I ponder. It has to find the one of Cunning Wish. Could find Brainstorm and cast that to see 1 more card, but I'm just going to shuffle because it sees the same amount of cards. Okay. We die. All right. That was a cool game. So let's go for the final one. Yeah, like if I had not boarded out the second copy of Cunning Wish, I could have, like, I think gone for the. How does that even work if I go for the Release the Ants, the Firemind's Foresight line with the Bowmasters in play? I suppose it's fine. Like, I can always just, because everything is at instant speed, I would be able to beat that. Yeah. All right. Does that mean I want Release the, or rather the second Cunning Wish in? And what would that be instead of, I don't know, maybe like 1 Ponder. I'll try that. What I like about this build, because it has both Stock Up and Ring, and obviously Show and Tell, is like, it kind of gives me Sneak Attack, Sneak and Show vibes, where you just have like a density of things your opponent has to answer. And unfortunately, like, tempo decks are very good at answering things on the stack, so, but they're not that good at answering things once they resolve. Yeah, I'll keep this. I will play out Misty Rainforest and Lotus Petal, and I'll be able to Spell Pierce a Thoughtseize. I don't think Spell Pierce gets any more Spell Piercy than when it's Spell Piercing a Thoughtseize on turn 1. Alright, opponent mulligan to 6, by the way. Tameo, okay, that's a strong start. I would love another Petal here. Force of Will, also. I think I jam here. They need to have a Daze and a Force of Will, which they could have, but they did mulligan to 6, so I think it is reasonable for me to try and jam this and get it to stick. Okay, and that just happened, so they had neither. Let's draw. Omniscience, okay. So we're a Show and Tell away from great things here. Would like not to get Wastelanded, ideally. I think Wasteland is what messes with me the most right now. I guess Bowmasters is also quite annoying, but I would like to untap here to be able to have Force plus Pierce for their Bowmasters, if they have that. Not sure why they are fetching in the middle of combat, but oh, it's the ninjutsu thing, maybe? Yeah, we saw that, right? They pitched Kaito. I don't know what's going on. They didn't put him in. Alright, we take a damage. Another ring. It's not bad. Alright. I guess now... Oh, Bowmaster's there. There it is. I'll force Pitching Ponder. I draw 2 cards with the ring, and would I rather keep up Spell Pierce or get another ring in? I think it's the ring. If they've drawn a Daze, meanwhile, that's it's a little bit annoying. But okay, they hadn't. Ring is just in. I'm invulnerable. I'll draw another card. Sink into Stupor. I guess I could have played that as land. I clicked too quickly there. Here comes Temio. In spite of having drawn this many cards with the ring, I'm actually not feeling that comfortable right now. I have too few lands in play, which is, you know, entirely my own fault. But also, like, they have a lot of cards in hand. Yeah, there's a Wasteland. God damn it. So if they just have another Bowmasters here, that's pretty rough. Guess I will ponder first, and then if they want to Bowmasters, I'll draw in response with the ring. Yeah. I do draw Force of Will, which I will cast here. And I'll pitch Brainstorm. Okay. That was lucky. I mean, don't want another Emrakul. Wouldn't mind having some more lands, though. So I'm going to draw this. I'm going to play this Sink into Stupor, or rather this what was it called? Sulfuric Springs? Soporific Springs, sorry. I won't pay 3 life, and I'll pass. So 2 of their Bowmasters are accounted for here. Let's hope they don't have any more. So far, they have drawn 0 clues, or 0 cards with their clue. Okay. 2 Nethergoyfs and 1 card in hand. Okay. So I need to get going here. I'm at 9. I'll draw 3. One is an Emrakul. Another was Force of Will. I guess I will... What's the play here? Is it just another ring to get the invulnerability trigger? That might just be it. So next turn, this ring I have here is going to draw me 4. And then if I don't have it, I will have drawn 1. And then I'll draw 2 more, so it's 1 fewer cards that I get if I cast this 1 ring. Alright, so I'm playing the ring here and fetching. By the way, sorry if I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to edit out. As you can see, my clock is a lot lower now. So there was someone who rang my door and my dog went nuts. Okay, they consign this. I'll force pitching Spell Pierce, and then I have a ring, and I think probably I keep my old ring because it's 1 extra card. There's only going to be 1 extra turn, I'm pretty sure. We need to find Show and Tell, and we need them to not have found Orcish Bowmasters or, like, I don't know, Flusterstorm or something. Look at all those clues. They thought about, I think, drawing with a clue, but then, you know, had second thoughts. Okay, so it's a land. They probably get the Surveil land here. No? They just want to draw with clues? Yeah. And the second one. Okay. So now they get to flip Tamio. That doesn't really change things here. And I take 3, go to 5, and this is the key turn. I draw Lorien Revealed. Okay. Let's draw 4 cards. That was not Show and Tell. So we can, yeah, they have to have nothing here, basically. I'm going to play my Ancient Tomb. Also, I am actually kind of dead here because, so with the stock up, I need to find Show and Tell, but I also need, I can't win with Emrakul because I'm going to die to the ring. but we'll worry about that. Let's see here. Here's stock up. Did they find like a force of will? They did not. They did find a second. Well, not I. Ugh, what am I saying here? I found another stock up, but I am dead, right? Yeah. Yeah, man. That's it. All these cards and no show and tell. We're down to 33 cards in the deck. That is how the cookie crumbles. I'm just trying to work out if there's any out here, but there isn't. Yeah, one more mana and I could at least like replay or like play the ring. All right, GG's opponent. All right, we're on the play for round number 2, and I'm gonna keep this hand. I think I go Polluted Delta Island and cast Ponder. Yeah, it was a bummer about that round 1 loss. I think the deck kind of did what it performed what it was supposed to, but then it just didn't have enough. It just sort of fizzled. It hit its fizzle rate or its fail rate. I kind of like the Spell Pierce, but I kind of really do not like the rest of these cards. I'm gonna shuffle these. Second Lotus Petal. I'm gonna play one Lotus Petal. Who knows? We might need to emergency brainstorm. And I'll pass. Okay, so we're up against another tempo deck, but this time with red. Okay, I'm gonna cast a brainstorm here. Wow, come on, deck. Don't be like this. I'm gonna put away 2 lands and pass. So just moving into combat without casting any spells here, so no hope for them of getting delirious, it would appear. I don't know if that means they're all about counter spells and lightning bolts. Alright, let's fetch. Could be a stifle build if they're that reactive, but no stifle. Just drawing all mana. Come on. Brainstorm, save me. Okay, Brainstorm kind of did save me. Yeah. Let's pass here. Was this Brainstorm? No, Tarfire. Okay, so we're playing some kind of Goyf build that wants Kindred in the graveyard. Okay, I take 2. And again, they're just attacking here. That's interesting. Does this count as... Yeah, this would count as 2 card types, right? So they have 3. Is that how that works? Yeah. So this should get... No, they have an instant, so... Okay. I'm at 12. I'm about to be at 11. And I think I'm actually going to not play out the Ancient Tomb. Oh no, they have Stifle now? That would be kind of annoying. They have Stifle. That means I'm not going to be able to Mystic Sanctuary anytime soon. I'm also drawing the same stupid Ancient Tomb. But we are also kind of closing in on, like, they're hopefully running a little bit low on resources now. There are 3 cards left. Okay, so I probably take another stock up and the One Ring. I think so. Somehow they are still not delirious by turn 4 here, and with a graveyard with 7 cards in it. They just need a sorcery. There it is. Okay, so I go to 6 and then I go to 3. So that probably means that we're dead. Actually, you know what? I could copy this. Then they can daze the copy and I've lost my 2 petals. But then the daze is no longer in their hand. If they have a daze. I think I'm going to do that, actually. I don't know, though. If I do that and it does get dazed or forced, don't I just lose anyway? Put Tarfire into the graveyard. You know what? I've never done this, I don't think. Not as long as I can remember, though. So this is also just kind of for fun. Why isn't it dead? It has 3 damage on it. Okay, it died. Sweet. Wow, I did not expect that to go well. Um, hey, look at that. There's show and tell. But I don't have an omniscience. So like if I go Ancient Tomb, the One Ring, and then I draw a card, then I'm at 3. I think I'm gonna cast Stock Up, honestly. Another Stock Up and another, or like an island. Okay, I'll pass. I am very worried. This is obviously like a burn heavy blue-red Delver. So I am very concerned about getting below 4 life points if I don't have to. Double Wasteland, okay. Okay, there goes my Ancient Tomb. Draw a card, another ring. I'm actually just gonna cast this ring here. I'll try and lure out counter magic. They had a chance to daze their own Chain Lightning, the copy, before, and they didn't do it. But that's like 2 turns ago. Oh, a ring is in. Alright, let's draw a card. So I will pretty rapidly be going to... Oh, Brazen or Petty Theft. No, this is just Brazen Borrower. Okay. Didn't want to Petty Theft the ring. Alright, so we go to 5. We find the Omniscience. So now we just have to resolve Show and Tell. And there's a Force of Will. Hot dang, there we go. Hopefully this does it. Let's cast Show and Tell. Let's not tap Ancient Tomb. Alright, we put in Omniscience. They don't put in anything. I'm going to start with casting Stock Up. We find Force of Will. We find Lorien Revealed. Any order. I mean, we have the Cunning Wish, so we can just go for that now. So let's do that with infinite backup here. Yeah, alright. Wow, cool. That felt very close. Not enjoying being an Ancient Tomb gamer versus that much burn. And I think pretty similarly to before, I'm gonna put in defense grids here. Maybe I am okay cutting Cunning Wish in number 1 and an Impulse. Because I don't, unlike the other opponent, they're not gonna have Bowmasters, and as such, I don't think I need to be that concerned about winning at instant speed. They mulligan to 6. This feels a little bit risky, but I am gonna keep it. We get 2 draw steps before we miss on land drops, and we are just like a soul end away from double force backed up Show and Tell Emrakul. Okay, they have the turn 1 DRC, turn 1 pressure, Brainstorm. Okay, I mean no soul land. At least I'll take the Brainstorm. I'm not gonna spell Pierce a Ponder. I think right now Spell Pierce is on being pitched to force duty. They shuffle like that. They missing their land drop? What appears so? Soul land? Not a soul land, but a land. I'm very happy about that. Gonna cast Brainstorm. An actual soul land here I was about to say is like very good. So I'm gonna put back Polluted Delta and second Show and Tell. And then I'll probably just draw the second Show and Tell as a card to pitch for force, and then I'll have Show and Tell Emrakul with double force and Pierce backup, which hopefully is enough to force it through. They found their second land drop. Another DRC, sure. Of course, we have to remember that they are a Stifle deck, but now they have 4 cards in hand. Those 4 cards have to do a lot of heavy lifting. Alright, I take 2. Here comes Show and Tell. I could fetch here in response to their fetch, but then Daze is really annoying. So I'm thinking they're probably gonna Pyroblast it. Oh, they Brainstorm. So no Pyroblast. That's good for us. Now I do not touch my fetch land for the time being. Okay, Brainstorm is done resolving the days. Okay, I'm gonna let the surveil triggers happen, and then I'm going to fetch here, and I'm gonna pay for the days. I'm assuming they have a second days. Otherwise, I don't know how much this makes sense, but I could be wrong. They did have a second days. Okay, I'm gonna force pitching Cunning Wish on their days. And I think Show and Tell is about to resolve. And here's Emrakul. Please don't have Caracas in your sideboard. They did not. Alright. I feel pretty confident that that's it. Yep, there we go. Alright, cool. 1 and 1. Let's go for round number 3. Alright, on the play for round number 3. And I'll keep this hand. And I will probably just start with a Ponder. And if Ponder finds me Show and Tell, then that's pretty interesting. Ponder does not. Okay, I'm going to shuffle. Brainstorm, that's pretty good. Let's pass. Another Polluted Delta into what? Thoughtseize, okay. This artwork's so freaky. Okay, they took my Omniscience, interesting. Stock Up is pretty sweet. I think I play around days this way. I prefer to do that. I guess taking the Omniscience is to them wanting me to be as far away as possible from comboing off, I would assume. And them not taking Force of Will makes me think we're not up against a combo opponent. So probably like a Dimir or Esper or Grixis tempo deck of some sort. Brainstorm it is. Brainstorm Delta Pass, okay. So now we get to cast Stock Up. Stock Up finds us the One Ring and I don't know. It's either like maybe another Force of Will. And we'll pass. Maybe Force of Will pitches to Force of Will. Maybe we'll keep both of them. Entomb. Okay, I am going to force that. That was forced. Okay. Entomb. Force of Will. Both forced. Now I am slightly concerned about stuff like Wasteland, another Thoughtseize. There is a Wasteland. Okay. You got it. Hopefully their hand is just like 3 or 4 reanimation spells. It's probably not that likely. Gonna Island Cycle here, I think. And we take our turn. So we can try to play the One Ring next turn, but it runs into a daze. Okay, so they managed to get a creature in the graveyard, but it's a troll, so not an Atraxa here or something that just goes lights out, but troll still good. And Animate Dead on the troll, sure. Petal, Soul Land would be good here. Spell Pierce. I think I have to play the ring now, unfortunately, because I do worry about days like a lot. Oh, okay, ring is in, sweet. I'll draw a card. Omniscience, okay. My Spell Pierce is not looking great with all those open mana, but yeah, it is what it is. Mystic Sanctuary. So I could go for Stock Up here. Yeah, I think I will. I'll draw 2. One is a Stock Up. I'll play that. We have this bounces the troll. That's kind of nice. All right, I think I'm going to take probably the ring and sink into stupor like that. And then do I ponder here? I think I ponder. There's a Cunning Wish. I'm going to shuffle these. There's Emrakul. Okay, let's pass. Okay, so here comes Troll. I take 5, go to 11. Once it's my turn, the ring will take me to 9, and then hopefully we can sort of cobble together a win from there. I'm at 9. I'll play the Lotus Petal. I don't think it can hurt to have some mana here, and I'll draw 3 cards with the ring. And what's my play here? I have 4, 5 mana, 6 mana, 7, 8 mana with Ancient Tomb. So I could go ring plus Sink into Stupor. I think maybe that's worth doing. Yeah, I'm actually going to cast the ring here, go to 7. They want to entomb in response. That's okay. I have a problem with that. And I'll keep the new ring, and I'll draw another card immediately. Play another petal. And then I will pass. They got a Traxa. And I think I'm going to sink this troll here. Bounce it to their hand. See what they have to say about that. Not a lot. Okay, so now we have the ring, we have Impulse. We really need just to find Show and Tell. Now we also have Ponder. Let's draw 2 cards here. Let's stock up. Let's cast Ponder. Okay. Think I will take a land here. I'll play that and fetch. I feel like I've kind of like not had the best of luck with finding Show and Tells in this league so far. Here's stock up. There is a Show and Tell. Hooray. And they have 5 cards in hand. It's not completely impossible that they could have like double force. And if they do, what's my move? Do I have a move? Probably not. I guess I'll take a Ponder. No, I should have taken a Brainstorm. Not sure it'll matter. All right, let's cast Show and Tell. They do need to have double force of will here. Okay, that just resolved. Here comes Omniscience, and they have the Troll. I'm gonna start by playing this the One Ring, just to not get into weirdo territory. But it all should not matter because here comes Emrakul. All right, Emrakul is in. Pass the turn. Okay, they concede. Okie dokie. So this is Reanimator. So let's bring in the 3 Grafdigger's Cage, and we'll keep the Surgical in the sideboard for our Cutting Wishes. And what am I going to cut here? Like maybe a couple of Ponders. I think. Oops. Yeah, no, that was fine. A couple of Ponders and what? What's the final cut? Maybe it's like Lorien Revealed. I'll try this. Yeah, I don't know what kind of build this is, but if it is one of those that is like heavily committed to the graveyard, which I think is more common now since Frog was banned, then that's probably easier to play against. But watch them have like Murktides and Void Walkers and whatnot. They keep 7. I think I'm also going to keep this, but it is a little bit weird. Underground Sea into Ponder. You hear the relief in my voice. They shuffle. Omniscience. I'm going to play the Polluted Delta. That gives up on playing turn 2 the One Ring, but I feel like that's okay. Here comes Entomb. Yeah, I'm going to force. I mean, it kind of worked last game, but and also I don't have any way to defend a creature from the graveyard. They shuffle on the. We take the turn and an island. A surprise, but a welcome one. Okay, so force blue card is good. Let's put away Scalding Tarn plus the One Ring, and then we may just redraw the One Ring. This is also great if they have if they have, what you call it, Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize for sure takes this, the one ring. Oh, they're passing. I am going to draw the second ring. I'm going to play out my Ancient Tomb here, and I'm not going to cast a ring because I don't want it to get dazed. They could also be sitting on like Consign to Memory. Bowmasters. I also don't want to play against Bowmasters. Okay. I wonder if they're just not, if they don't have any counter magic, or if they have so many things that they think it's fine that I burn a Bowmasters here. Okay. A force on the Bowmasters. So they take one ring, and they reanimate the Bowmasters. Gross. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fetch here so as to not draw the card I had put back. Can't remember what it was. And show and tell. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna play the one ring. So that's in. I'm gonna draw right now. Omniscience. You don't say. Okay. Well, let's see. We will see what we see next turn. They can't discard us right now, so for the time being, all we have to worry about is Force of Will or some other form of counter magic, which we've not seen from them. So it is a little bit surprising if they turn out not to have any, and having seen so many cards. But we'll see. Maybe our ring draws us like a Spell Piercer or something. Let me see. I'm good. I go to 15. I draw. That cost me life. I'm at 14. They have a 3/3 and a 1/1. I go to 10. I then take 2 more. I'm at 8. So I can draw, as things stand, one more card, like one more time next turn as well. So if they're sitting on Brazen Borrower, then it is a little bit annoying. I think I cast this second ring. That draws out a Force of Will. Okay. Pitching Daze. Okay, so let's just see here. I take 5, I go to 8. I take 2, I go to 6. Then I draw 3, I go to 3. Yeah. I think I just pass here and hope they don't Thoughtseize me. And then next turn it's go time. I also really hope they don't have another Bowmasters. Okay, so they just want to surveil. Into the graveyard. Come on, into the graveyard. But not a fatty. Okay, they kept the card on top. That's probably not good. Okay, Wasteland. Wasteland. I hope that's what they kept and they think is going to be really good. Okay, so I'm at 8. Stock up is very good here. I'm going to just start off by drawing 3. So if they don't have a Force of Will, or Force of Negation with a blue card, then we're looking pretty good. Let's try. Okay, so that just happened. We can beat a Brazen Borrower. Archon of Cruelty. Yeah, we can beat that as well. Petty Theft. Spell Pierce. Wow, I love this. So Petty Theft is countered. Cunning Wish resolves. We get Sublime Epiphany. We cast without paying. So we counter target activated or trigger ability. We return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and target player draws a card. So choose target activated or trigger ability. The Archon trigger. I'm going to bounce the Bowmaster, and I'm going to choose myself to draw a card. Alright. Now stock up has to win us the game, but hopefully it can. I think the 2 more stock ups is... Oh, actually, hang on. I think we do need another ring, right? Because we need to find Emrakul. And then we also need to not lose on our Time Walk turn. We are at 3 life, and we have a ring with 3 counters on it. Second stock up. There is Emrakul. We'll take the Force of Will. We'll cast Emrakul. Emrakul trigger resolves. Emrakul is about to... Okay, they concede. Like, technically I was dead here, right? Face up because of my ring, but yeah. Alright, cool. That was nice. Super sweet use of Sublime Epiphany. That's like only the second time I've cast it, I think. Alright, off to round number 4. Alright, we're on the play for round number 4. And yeah, this hand is nice. We need something to put in with show and tell, which I guess could be the One Ring, but like we need an Omniscience or an Emrakul. But we have a lot of things to like about this hand here. I think with Ponder, I would probably like to see a Force of Will just to feel safe. This is Legacy after all. And there we go. Wow, everything the grown man needs here. Yeah, I'm gonna draw Force of Will, then I'm gonna draw Ancient Tomb next turn and probably cast Stock Up. Urza's Tower. Okay, so we're up against some kind of Karn. I don't know, 12 post maybe. Okay, here's Stock Up. Show me Omniscience. No Omniscience. Second Force of Will. And Brainstorm probably. Yep, here's Once Upon a Time. That resolves. Just hoping to not see Cavern of Souls. And they're passing. We have to be mindful of Disruptor Flute here. I think I just play the One Ring. And I don't think I need to play the Lotus Petal. Although probably I should do that to be able to, like, I don't know, Brainstorm, or if I hit a Spell Pierce off of the One Ring. Yeah, I think I should play that up before. Alright, let's draw a card. Another the One Ring. Okay. Triple Urza's Tower. That's gotta be a little bit awkward. Now it's a 4-drop. You have the One Ring. I'm gonna respectfully decline your proposal for the One Ring, marriage. It's my ring. Wow, so many rings. All the rings. There we go. Well, I say that there we go. I mean, I'm gonna show and tell. They will put in something that could also be quite scary, and I don't have anything concrete to win the game right now, but I do have like a lot of looks. So I am gonna do that. Hopefully they don't. No, I was gonna say hopefully they don't show in Karn, but you can't show in Planeswalkers. They show in the One Ring. I think I'll play another ring here. I'll keep the new one. I'll draw a card. I'll play another ring. Such a like respectless or disrespectful way of using the One Ring, huh? I'm gonna cast Ponder. That just shows me Omniscience, or rather, some things that I can't really use. Okay, tell you what. I'm going to. Let me just make sure I didn't play a land this turn. I don't think I did. It's turn 4. No, I did not play land. Okay, so I'm going to draw a Force of Will here. I'm going to put Mystic Sanctuary as the card I'll draw next turn. Then I'm going to bounce their ring here. And they F6, so they didn't even get to draw a card. I'm going to play my Scalding Tarn, but not fetch. And then next turn, between my ring and the Stock Up, I'm going to Mystic Sanctuary back up onto the top of my deck. We should get there. Wow, they had the Boseiju, but they didn't have mana to kill. Oh, but they had a second one. Right on. Yeah, I will search my deck for a land, because then I can just fetch, like Scalding Tarn, and just fetch the Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, that was pretty sweet. I'm not too concerned, though, with all the wonderful resources I have amassed here. Let's take the Stock Up. And I'm going to draw with the ring first, because I want to see what I am working with. Okay. Stock Up it is. There's Omniscience. And, I don't know. Like, Spell Pierce? I don't know. Any order. Okay, so let's cast Show and Tell. Try this one more time. They have the ring still. There it is. Let's cast a Ponder, and there's a Cunning Wish. Alright, that drew out the concession. Cool, cool, cool. So, what do I want here, if anything, really? Like maybe a Force of Negation and consign to memory. And I will cut Kato. I'll cut a Lauren revealed and a lotus petal. Yeah, I think it's okay to maybe go down a little bit on initial mana sources versus this deck, and they could also be a Karn deck. They probably are, rather. So, like, cutting an artifact also has a little bit of meaning there. I will keep this. This is turn 2 show and tell, showing in Emrakul, which may or may not be good enough. I could lead on City of Traders, and then if I draw Ancient Tomb, I can play the One Ring, but then I lose City of Traders. Okay, now they have 4 mana. I wonder if I'm supposed to like force whatever comes here. Oh, they're not playing anything. Interesting. They probably drew that, or I think they would have cast it before. This Disruptor Flute. I think I let this happen. They have to choose between the One Ring and Show and Tell, and I have both. And like Disruptor Flute on Show and Tell just means that Show and Tell's, oh, consigned to memory. How interesting. And another one. Okay, sure. That name, Show and Tell. Okay. I don't hate drawing another Force of Will. Okay, so we have to win by getting to 6 mana and casting Show and Tell. They have the One Ring. I guess it would make sense for them not to name the One Ring. I'm gonna actually get rid of, like, pitch the Show and Tell, because I think that the game is gonna go long enough that I want another, like, I want the other Force of Will to remain in my hand, and I'm sure we'll find a Show and Tell again eventually. Okay, I draw a Brainstorm. That's nice. And I'm gonna force Karn. I'm gonna pitch the Pierce. I don't. They could. This is like they can like tab out for some, like a big cost like Commander or something. But I still think it's probably not likely we're gonna get any mileage out of that. Spell Pierce. Okay, so there's a Show and Tell. I think I will cast Brainstorm. And I mean, oh, this is awkward. I could try and Cunning Wish. I could actually Cunning Wish for Echoing Truth, but then like they have the flutes in hand, they can replay them. Although I could also just try and wait for one more turn and then like go Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I think that's the play here. I'm gonna, oops, no, I'm not gonna cast Cunning Wish. I'm gonna Ponder here. I would like to find another Force of Will, or Omniscience, and then I'll pass. They have the One Ring, sure. I have Ugin. That can get something big soon. So if I get Omniscience here, that would be terrific if I can find one on my ring. Hey, I didn't even need the ring. Okay, let's draw a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, we can just loop Time Walks here. Lovely. Okay, so we have to hope that they don't have, what, like Boseiju as their final card, which they could have. Alright, put in Omniscience. They didn't. They had a Glimmer Post. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Emrakul here. They have the One Ring trigger is still active. So I'm gonna take my draw step, or my Time Walk rather, and I'm going to annihilate them. And then I'm gonna cast another Emrakul and get another Time Walk, and we can leave them with effectively no permanence. Okay, they just conceded. I don't know. They weren't up to it. Like, maybe they didn't know that they were, because the ring says that you're you get protection from everything or whatever it is until your next turn, I believe. Until your next turn, yeah. So, anyways, cool. 3-1. Let's go for the final round. Okay, I'm on the draw for the final round, but I have a pretty a doozy of a hand here. I'm gonna keep, well, a doozy of a hand, I say, but I mean, we're kind of missing the omniscience here, but we can go turn 2 show and tell with force backup and get other One Ring into play. Oh, opponent is on an Ancient Tomb strat, and they're passing, meaning I get a live Spell Pierce. Oh, and there's Emrakul. And Island. Oh, is this the mirror? I'm certainly not going to cast Show and Tell then. Very happy to draw that land to not have to reveal the the wickedness of my ways here. Would have had to play the Ancient Tomb, and so now they don't know what's going on, but I do. I have to fight over a Show and Tell if they put it on the stack because they're just going to win at instant speed. Okay, Ponder. I accept. I think my best draw right now is probably either Omniscience or Lotus Petal. So with Lotus Petal, we can put One Ring into play and still keep up Force and Pierce. Yeah, I think I am gonna continue the charade here and not show them anything. Playing the One Ring here would tap me out of Pierce and play into them having soft permission like Pierce or Daze. You may reveal a non-creature card you own from outside the game, put it into your hand. It's Fae of Wishes. I mean, I think I just pierce this. I'm not sure the Pierce is going to have many targets later on. There's always a debate, should you, counter the wish or counter what it's wishing for, but I think here, seeing as it's a conditional counter, it's probably fine. Sink into Stupor. Yeah, I'm gonna play the One Ring here. And that just happened. Interesting. Flooded Strand. Okay. So if I get to untap here, I can keep up this line where I fetch Mystic Sanctuary, put Spell Pierce on top, and then draw it with the ring. But that would mean not drawing with the ring on my turn. I think so far in this league, like, stock up has been good, but the One Ring has been nuts. And having recently played, like, where the roles were reversed, where I was on the Omni deck and my opponent was also Omni, but they resolved the One Ring, it felt pretty bad, gotta say. Looks like they are looking to put Show and Tell on the stack, maybe. Oh, they're cycling Lorien revealed. Okay, they have Lorien revealed an island and stock up. I think I let stock up happen here. It's gonna be a 2-for-1 either way, and I have my ring to sort of outmuscle them, I think. Okay, the ring is about to have drawn it's 3 cards so far, so we are up a card. If I hit Omniscience here, I am tempted to actually try and go for it, because then I have both Sink into Stupor and Cunning Wish to put over the top of Emrakul, assuming they also put in Omniscience. Stock up A. I think I cast my stock up here. So there's Omniscience, there's another Force of Will. It's kind of everything the doctor ordered. I think I do just go for it then. And I am going to actually leave a fetch land uncracked here to have a Mystic Sanctuary backup. Let's see how bad this gets. Like, I'm worried if they were playing stuff like Flusterstorm, that could be pretty bad for us. Okay, I'm assuming we're going to see Omniscience. Yep. Alright, so I am going to cast Emrakul here. And let's see what happens. They want a Cunning Wish. Okay, I want to sink into Stupor their Omniscience. They want to Spell Pierce my sink into Stupor. I'm going to force that. Yeah, like a Flusterstorm completely breaks this. Sink into Stupor does a resolve. No, they have Force of Will. Okay, this is insane. I have Force of Will. Well, they have more cards than me, so. Oh, and that was it. That was enough. Wow. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. This is beautiful. All right. So how to sideboard versus the mirror? Interesting. Um, I don't think we want defense grid. I think having like a force of negation is fine, but I think that might just be it. I'll board out like a land. Very light sideboarding here. Yeah, this works. Decent looking 7-card hand. Boseiju, who shelters all. That's also a good sort of mirror breaker. But, I mean, as you can see, I now also have an Omniscience. I'm going to go Pondering. And I need to find Cunning Wish. Post haste. That's not Cunning Wish. I'm going to shuffle these. I'm going to float the Petal here to have Spell Pierce open. So, like, if they do put Chantal onto the stack next turn with Boseiju, I will at least have, or I don't know. Oof. Lauren revealed, costing 2 life. Okay, and they ponder, sure. Okay, I'm gonna ponder myself. Kind of need some more lands here. Ooh, there are Cunning Wishes up the yin yang here. I'm gonna get both of these. I think I'm not gonna make crazy statements, but I feel like with 2 Cunning Wish, it's gonna be hard to lose if they ever resolve Show and Tell. Well, we'll see. It could also just be that they're casting stock ups uncounterably. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of nice. Okay, I'm gonna cast Brainstorm. There's a stock up for me. I guess I'll put back Brainstorm and second Omniscience, and I will pass. Maybe I should have put back stock up and not Brainstorm, because like if the shit goes down now, I would then be able to like do an extra thing at instant speed. Yeah, let's cast stock up. I am at 7 cards here, so there is a pretty high probability I would have to move to discard. Maybe that's what they're mulling over. If this is even worth fighting over. Okay, I get to resolve stock up here. So let's get let's get an island and a brainstorm. And we'll play the island. And I think I just moved to discard here, and I discard an Omniscience. Which obviously completely gives away that I'm sitting on Omniscience in hand, but and if they then Surgical Extract it, that's actually, oh, yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. What are they playing at? Yeah, the One Ring probably is enough to prompt a reaction from them. But I could also just Brainstorm quickly and see if I can hit another land drop. Yeah, that's pretty good. This is a lot of damage, but we're also not really, like, our life total is not really under any threat whatsoever. Okay, so they're hard casting a Force of Will through the Boseiju. I'm drawing stock up next turn, that's also pretty nice, but we're just sort of dancing around things here. Their hand is just probably filled with counter spells. Okay, here's my stock up. I go to 11. I like Sink into Stupor. And how do I feel about either Show and Tell or Emrakul here? So if I cast Show and Tell, and then I start off with Emrakul, I think I take the Emrakul. But then I have to move to discard. That's really annoying. Yeah, I don't really want to lose it. I guess like Spell Pierce is losing value pretty quickly. Okay, I'm gonna take the Emrakul and then I'm going to get rid of a Spell Pierce. And if they put anything on the stack here that's not uncounterable, I'm gonna cast the Spell Pierce. Just I would lose it otherwise. Okay, it's Ponder time. They do not shuffle the Ponder. They could get to a point where they can like cast Show and Tell but not use Boseiju, and then like cast Cunning Wish through Boseiju, but I'm not sure if that's good. Another stock up. Sure. Okay. The One Ring. And another Sink into Stupor maybe, and I'll play that as a land. And I'm not gonna pay 3 life. I am actually going to tap out for this the One Ring. It plays right into a Spell Pierce, but then that's a spell Pierce they don't have if they want to use it. And if things go off on their turn, then it does kind of suck to be tapped out, but I will get to put in Omniscience, so everything can be cast without paying for it. But will obviously be soft to soft removal. I wonder if this is like the exact mirror, if this person also saw Marcus's list. Alright, something's happening. Smells like a hard cast. Something or other. Oh, okay, ring is just in. Alright, I'll pass. Not going to draw, obviously, right now, because I would have to move to discard. 4 mana? What's this? Granted. Yeah, you have granted. I grant you it. I grant it to you. So, what kind of haymaker is coming here? Surgical extraction. Oh no. On omniscience. Yeah, that's not good. That probably is game. I'm gonna force pitching Spell Pierce. And then they're gonna force, I assume. Oh, okay. Show and Tell. So my Force of Negation is gone, but they let me keep my Omniscience. Okay, it's going down. We have to hope that these 3 spells in my hand are going to be good enough. And, thingy. Okay, I'm going to Sink into Stupor their Omniscience. That probably prompts some kind of response. I have to end this chain with casting Cunning Wish, getting Sublime Epiphany, and countering the Emrakul Time Walk trigger. Potentially also bouncing Omniscience. I'm assuming this Sink into Stupor is gone. Okay, they cast Dispel. Interesting. Okay. If their last 3 cards, if 2 of them are like counter spells. Okay, but I had one more. And they had one more. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, they just get a bounce spell for Emrakul, or for on my Omniscience, but yeah, that was cool. Yeah, they have the Sublime Epiphany. I have 2 Cunning Wishes. What? One of them is going to get countered, so I'm going to resolve 1 Cunning Wish and then I'm gone. Yeah, alright. I'm just gonna concede. That was cool. Yeah, the surgical on my omniscience was actually ended up like it did end up mattering. I'm just gonna resubmit here. I think the deck is pretty well set up. Oof, this is almost good, right? I think I have to mulligan though. And oh, down at 5. That's a bummer. Yeah, I could have kept that hand and I guess like eventually brainstormed for a land. Yeah, let's keep this. And let's bottom Emrakul and brainstorm. And then my hope is that these card advantage engines in my hand are going to dig me out of this mulligan before my opponent is able to just execute a win. They have another Boseiju. Congratulations. Alright, let's cast stock up. Force of Will and Brainstorm, I think. Okay, they're passing. And I have a Spell Pierce now. I would really like to have this One Ring resolve. I'm going to Brainstorm. Show and Tell. That's interesting. We'll put away Snow-Covered Island, and I think it's Show and Tell, honestly. And I will pass the turn. Maybe I'm supposed to keep that Show and Tell, I don't know. Like, I only play, or, yeah, Show and Tell. I only played 2 Cunning Wish, so, like, expecting to end up with, like, both of those in hand does seem a little bit risky. Okay. They have the One Ring. Or, I guess they don't, because it's about to be Spell Pierced. And I will force over this if they force here. Okay, they didn't force. So now I get to try and play my ring. Ooh, I draw another Spell Pierce. That's pretty gross. They force, pitching force. I pierce, pitching Lotus Petal. And the ring is in. Okay. Let's draw me back into this. Don't think I'm playing out the petal. I don't have anything to threaten. Maybe I should just threaten, actually, but if I draw a Brainstorm at some point, that's also pretty good. Lorien Revealed. Cannot be countered. That is strong. That's very good. Draw 2 with Ring. There's Show and Tell. Let's cast a Ponder. If I find a win condition here, I don't though. I'm going to shuffle. I was going to say if I find like Emrakul or Cunning Wish, I might just go for it right now because I have. They're tapped out. Not that that really matters, but then like I would have Force plus Force, and then like Cunning Wish or Emrakul. That seems pretty good. Now if they cast a Show and Tell, I'm pretty scared. They're sitting on 7 cards. If they just have Emrakul and Omniscience, then it's over. Something's happening here. It's either Show and Tell or stock up, I guess. It is Show and Tell, bummer. Okay. I have Omniscience. What do you have? You have Omniscience. Granted. Okay, I'm gonna counter that. They have 3 cards in hand. They need 2 to do something here. They have Cunning Wish. I have Force of Will. Do you have anything else? Flusterstorm. Oh no. Okay, GG's. Yeah, Flusterstorm. The Mirror Breaker. Alright. GG's opponent. Well, a 3-2 finish. I really enjoyed this Omni Mirror, I have to say. It was a little bit funky. Yeah, I like this list. I think it feels better versus Wasteland, if only slightly, than the blue black version. I like the spell pierces. I found a lot of use for those. Now I found a lot of like use for the One Ring. So I think Marcus built a very good deck, and I don't know that I have a lot to say right now in terms of like swapping it up, swapping anything out here. I think the Sink into Stupor is also like really good. I I definitely should have like included them in my own list. I think they are very yeah, they're very good. Um, it was also a pretty fun league. I think we played against like a nice spread of decks. And yeah, I mean, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know, please consider subscribing to the channel. That really helps me a lot. Doing all the YouTube algorithm stuff, like liking, commenting, whatever, I certainly would appreciate it. And I'll be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.